All right, welcome in. We've got another race here today. As there's yet again Artificer. We just saw her just a moment ago, and in the last race, but that's fine. We'll get a little more flamethrower, get a little bit more flamethrower action up in this here today. I think Kei fell asleep. Come on, Kei, wake up. There we go. Okay, Kei begins. Now add. Okay, so it has the 30-second delay. It's a technique you use when you're racing. You just start after everyone else, so that way they think you're behind, but then it's really epic when actually you're ahead and everyone else is behind. And a timeout's called. We'll see what happens. It's probably not too long of one. There we go. We're back. We're good. So, Flamethrower Artificer. For all four racers here, right, again, Mallard at the 18th seed up in the top right needs to at least get in third place to have a chance of a good chance of staying in the top 18 and not having to go through the wild card, right? That's just an extra week where you can get eliminated early on. And the tournament, it's all about making money and having a fun time, obviously. Whatever one you put ahead in preferences and priorities, that's up to you. But as for now, right, you want to do well, you want to do good. There's a gun on stage 1. Again, okay. So there's a gasoline as well for Cap. Some of the items here, again, with Mallard, I remember what I was saying. Mallard has to at least get in third place, right? Is on the brink of not elimination, but of having to do it through the wild card. Wollywog up at the 16th, not so much the case. It's in a pretty lame duck position where no matter what happens, it's pretty much going to be in the same spot. But for Cap and for Kei, they're battling for really trying to do their best to get in first place here. If they get in first place, they have a good shot of making the top 2. We'll see what happens, though. As Cap gets a gun, it's going to activate the TP. Cap, who has a lot of items. For 2.5 minutes, has a sticky bomb, a gasoline, an opal. Right, let me look at 2.5 minutes. Oh, I guess it's missing the healing drone. The healing drone that Wollywog has. Okay. And then Kei, who's down an item, has a syringe instead of the sticky and opal. But out of all these racers, something that's missing on everyone is a crowbar. A crowbar that Mallard has. That's something that none of the others have. That could come in handy down the line. There's a void band. Does Mallard want the void band? We'll see. I wonder if anyone will take it. I feel like it's at least a good idea to wait until after TP. If you load up the stage a little bit afterwards, you can see what the TP item is. And, oh, that's a death for Kei. What just happened? Ate an entire fire, like an entire explosion, an entire blast of beetle guard shots? Oh my god. You know, a funny thing about this seed, I think this seed, it was completely randomly generated, was just 1 and 3 repeating for 7 digits. And I got a message from the rep, I think this was Cheese that repped, and said, Kei says that he already played this seed and already knows what's going on. And I called bull because, 1, nice try, but the devotion update came just a week ago and every single seed is different anyways. Second off, come on, if you knew the seed so well, surely you would not die to the beetle guard on stage 1. And now Kei already at a +5 disadvantage, something that definitely you don't want to have when you're the 4th seed. Cap took Void Band? Of course he would. It's damage. I guess it means you can kind of get a little bit more flamethrower in there. It's at the very least, it's a way of making enemies slow down if you're getting surrounded, if you're getting hoarded. So it could be nice. We'll see what happens with the other racers. As Wally is done with the TP, as Mallard is only just now beginning the TP, does Mallard want a free friend? We'll find out. But Cap's the first one off on the stage 2. Here in Aphelion. It's got... I don't really see much. Man, I like it when there's Artificer with Ion Surge, because the racers will just surge up into the sky and I can kind of like already see what's going on. I kind of know everything, but not with Flamethrower, right? You just kind of are left with mystery and suspense as Cap's healing drone decides it wants to kill itself, and it's probably going to die. Healing drone picked up for Kei. Kei, who has a syringe, but not the opal, otherwise has identical items to Cap, also doesn't have the void band, but might end up picking it up. Shuriken on Artificer, by the way, is a really good find. It, in some ways, like doubles your DPS instantly. And there's a Royal Capacitor on stage 2 in the center of the stage, right out in the open. Everyone will find that. So it's almost like a guaranteed. You're gonna nuke whatever the boss is, right? Use the tricorn, shoot it, come back for capacitor. I think that's what Cap's thinking. Although, of course, the downside of having a capacitor on stage 2 is it's, I don't want to call it immediate regret from picking up the void band, but hopefully it doesn't backfire down the road. Right? There could just be no bands ever, and then it's still fine. But as a Genesis loop is picked up, and another Shuriken. Oh, I think this might be interesting. Double Shuriken, right? Every Shuriken's now doing 500% damage. Oh, there's Siren's Call on stage 4. That's a good point. Someone could opt to go for that. Speaking of opting to go for interesting choices, Wollywog down here in the bottom left. Going in the void or blue portal. Sees, I believe that was a red whip and a soulbound catalyst. Both neither things you really want to have, right? Definitely better to have a little bit of healing and an opal as opposed to 30% movement speed when you're not attacking for 5 seconds. And also, just really full looting is Mallard. Mallard at 7 minutes, still on stage 1. Gets a second healing drone, gets a cautious slug. A slug that Wollywog also found. Neither Kei nor Cap have that. Oh, Shuriken skip. That's a good idea, though. Yeah, you could just use the gun. You have Shuriken. It's hard to pull off Shuriken skip if you're not good at doing it. And, well, I'm really bad at it. Cap, the first one to finish TP. Not a single other racer has even activated TP yet. Right, so definitely has a huge time advantage if things keep going the way they're going. Cap, currently the favorite to win in my opinion, finds an ATG. And with double Shuriken, with ATG, oh, nice. You know what'd be funny is if we get to see some Genesis Loop action, if there's any ATGs that proc out of that, could like instantly kill Mithrix. So it might be a random swing, a random change in events during Phase 3. Perhaps, you never know. And Lensmaker. Lensmaker and Crowbar. Man, these items are really, really good. Really good. And a backup mag, too, for even more procking. Yeah, you just want to try and proc that ATG. And an extra nanobomb. Even gets to use the jellyfish as a boost of movement speed. Not happy about being at 9 minutes. Which, I mean, even with Cap being kind of upset about time, it's kind of funny because, well, Cap is the furthest ahead out of any other racer. Right? Kei now just only activating the TP. I don't think Kei opened up the Royal Capacitor or is thinking about Siren's Call if he did get it. Right, Kei with the +5 on his belt right now. behind all the other racers just by 5 minutes, just from that incident from the Beetle Guard, or Beetle Queen. Splash damage, playing a lot more safe now. Going out of his way, going all the way behind that entire pillar, not just, you know, stand behind a corner or something. Nope, gotta be like a mile away. Gotta get into your underground bunker. To make sure that doesn't get you. And we get to see Mallard also using a jellyfish to boost forward. That's so cool. You get to use the jellies for movement speed as Artie. That's so fun. What other survivor can do that? Like, yep, I'm using jellyfish, and they're speeding up my run by 10 seconds. I can't think of anything. See what Mallard just did by trying to like use the nano bomb to gain a little bit of lift? If you look back in the race and go back on if you're watching this on YouTube or something, I'm not sure, but Cap uses the nano bomb as soon at like the way start of the vent jump. And from doing that, is able to actually get over that lip and doesn't have to walk around. It's a nice little time save. I never really thought of doing it so early or in that fashion. But it's something I'm going to start doing now, just because of how neat and cool it is to save 3 seconds every time I'm going up there. Kei finds a large chest I don't think anyone else went for. Nope, it's a Chrono Bobble. Does anyone else have that? No. Only one with a bobble. It's Kei. Cap is already on the stage 3 TP, and it's already about to die. These Beetle Queens getting wrecked. Oh, look at that Beetle getting launched into outer space from the Void Band. LOL. And now with the Vagrant, or the Beetle Queen already dead, with that being a feather, right, it's going to be able to do Flamethrower super duper easy. Phase 1, super duper easy. Phase 3. Pretty much any enemy that just stuck on the ground, you could just Flamethrower away. Void Cradles open up their safer spaces and also Plasma Shrimp, and Kei goes for the Shrimp. Interesting. But it's damage. I think both are good options. I think having a pillar skip at the ready is nice, but so is also having an extra 30-40% damage. I think it's a 40% damage buff. Just outright. Just giga damage. And Kei also, who didn't get the ATG, I feel like the other racers are going to go for Plasma Shrimp, or Safer Spaces. Right? Because would you rather have 2 Shrimps, or 1 ATG in 1 space? Mallard and you missing the key? Okay. Wally, I'm going to ask you one time. Neither of you are out of the stage yet. I don't know what's happening. Please try not to spoil anything. Even though it's not a full-on spoiler, we gotta be safe, okay? Just don't want to know. Because, you know, who knows? Maybe Mallard does go and finds it and picks it up, but I just, yeah. We'll try and keep that at a minimum. That's your warning. Cap done with the stage 3 as a whole. Already leaving. Got a damage chest. And is on stage 5. Or stage 4, not 5. Trying to see, did Cap get anything that stage other than the Void Key? Oh, didn't get safer spaces. Had Cap found that encrusted key box, would be either at double Plasma Shrimp or double, or at least singular safer spaces. But now only gets garbage. All these options suck. You can get Void Sent Flame, you can get Tentabobble. And what was the third one? Needle Tick? Yeah, that's not good. That's not good when you had Plasma Shrimp in spaces to choose from. And Cap's going to take Void Sent Flame. It's going to help a little bit. A third shuriken for Mallard. I don't know where that came in. That's pretty good. Every single shuriken, I mean, you get one every, what? Whatever 10 over 6 is. It's like a little over 2 every... I can't do math. I'm sorry. 1 every 1.6 seconds, I think? No. I'm thinking of 5/8. I don't even know. I think everyone's confident with H0sting on Artie. You need a lot of movement speed. And it's actually really weird to pull off. I know the head stomper one's really weird and involves holding spacebar. I don't know, can Artie pull off the normal skip? Like, how much speed do you need for that one? Because I know her weight and acceleration's really bad. Cap already dealing with the Vagrant on stage 4. It did not slam into the wall immediately and instantly die. Sadly. Cementing larva pop up. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be fine though. Get some ATGs. That's not gonna be enough damage, but hides behind a wall. Gets 2 layers of protection. There you go. That's another Void Sent Flame. Which, good crowd control if you use your M2 with Void Sent. And the little sparks that come out of the Ion Bomb will hit every enemy and then you get good damage. I think Cap's probably thinking about Warship Unit skipping potentially. Right, has that one egg, hasn't broken it yet. Right, saving that one egg behind the typical shuriken skip spot. Saving it for later. A watch is found. Same watch that Cap probably has is on Kei now as well. And also on Wally. Wally's game freezing up a little bit. Everyone has this Warhorn. I don't know where that came from. AP round found on Mallard. Kei now on to stage 6. Or, man, I'm really good at just saying random numbers. Kei now on stage 800. 8 trillion. Still has the gun. We're gonna see a quick worship unit kill, probably before the TP even. Or maybe during. There's a cloak chest that gives a focus crystal. Cap was pinging it earlier. That's cool. Did he have to jump for the item? Why was he down there? Oh, doesn't even want to go. Isn't even going to go for Shuriken Skip. Okay, that's fair. Shuriken Skip can, like, take 2 minutes trying to get a worship unit skip going if you don't know where the eggs are. It'd be really annoying. And a race where Cap knows he's up against Kei. Kei, who's the 4th seed. Cap, who's the 5th. Cap wants that position. Whoever wins this race is at least going to be above the others, right, between Cap and Kei. I think it's only like a 1-point difference, and Cap has, I believe, the most raw points out of any racer. So has that tiebreaker. And with the Beetle Queen dead for Wally, gets the feather. That's going to be nice. Wally, who also has a capacitor, ended up getting... Did Wally ever get a gun shoot? Is there a Genesis sleep on Wally? I don't see anything. I don't see any gun. Probably just left it behind. Didn't want to walk back. Scorpion. Scorpion's the worship unit item. And I don't know if that's something Cap might regret down the line, especially with all the shurikens, the ATGs, and other proc items. But Kei with the plasma shrimp's going to be able to get a lot of application of that. It's going to be able to build it up. It's not the most, it's not like Commando or Huntress or something, but it's huge. Even just like a 20 armor difference is like 16% damage or so. More that you're dealing to enemies, so. Going to be working with that against Mithrix especially. That's going to speed up the fight significantly. But Kei needs to catch up to Cap. Cap who's on stage 5 already. I don't even think Kei's activated the TP. Is doing so now. Keep in mind, Kei also has that 5-minute penalty. So, even if Kei finishes before Cap, has 5 minutes before it's actually a win, assuming no deaths are to be seen. Which actually can give either Wally or Mallard a chance, both of which who are still on stage 3 haven't activated stage 4 TP yet, but as long as they can finish within 5 minutes of Kei, we'll be able to beat him. But they're going to have to move fast, and they have to go now. Because things are moving in this Flamethrower Artificer loadout. Soul's control unit. It's the boss for stage 5. We could see some cores. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that void. Look at that void band damage. The void band, I'm pretty sure, procced an ATG on Cap's screen. Immediately just annihilates one of the units, and the other one shortly comes after. The boss item is, it's a Leech Exceed. So, not good. Not good at all, especially on a survivor like Artificer. Mallard approaching a... Oh, is this Buckler Printer going to fall off the map? Nope, it's fine. It's one Rose Buckler, honestly not a bad item. Mallard, who also still has the gun, held on to it. Right, Kei and Mallard, the two that thought about Worship Unit, thought about, ooh, let's go for that. Oh, there was another gun. Are you kidding me? Double gun, and now maybe Mallard's thinking, well, maybe there's like an equipment drone or something like that, but at the end of the day, it's just an oh well, it's something you have to move on from. And knowing that, right, moved so much slower without the Royal Capacitor, lost time there. And I don't think anyone found that Chance Shrine. Never got the gun from that, unless Wally goes to it. Is this the one? No, it's the other one. It was the one that was above ground. That, yeah, right outside the vent. Wally hits it. And that's a gun. And Wally's thinking, okay, gun, stage 4, Siren's Call. And there we go. That's exactly what you want to be in such a situation where I mean, Wally did have a chance to get another yellow item earlier, would have just been a Genesis loot, probably not going to get much value from it. So, honestly, thankfully, could have been a lot worse than what it is. That's going to be a Worship Unit Scorpion for everybody, and eventually everyone's just going to have a vase which is in a tri-shop that Cap got right above the vent that leads towards the top of the map. Gets a band, converts it into Singularity Band. And is going to the moon with a vase. With giga value. Kei, meanwhile, still just fighting the stage 5 TP. Using that flamethrower. Cap had double feather. Was that from stage 4 or from stage 5? Not sure, but double feather with flamethrower is going to be really nice. And Cap's probably feeling comfortable with it. Boss was defeated for Kei with no deaths. Didn't really take much damage at all. Mallard goes for the Worship Unit. Wollywog hasn't gone for the Worship Unit yet. Is dealing with some Elders and takes a death? I'm sorry, I didn't even realize what was going on there. Wollywog just took a death. Got hit by a Blazing Elder. And +5. Might be a +10. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really bad. Now, there is a ukulele you can get. That'll help out with the AoE damage here. But with your Mallard... Yeah, Mallard just got the uke. You haven't killed the Elder yet, but you've got these probes that are helping you out. You've got, yeah, it's +5, number 2 comes in on Wally. Wally just really trying to mow down this Elder, but has spent 10 minutes doing so, right? A whole, like, we're only 23 minutes in here. 50% of this run, you could just assume that Wally just paused the game for half his run, or additional in time, and it's probably going to take a third death as all those larvas are landing. Again, just getting the tilt built up. Now has spent 15 minutes, more like 16, dealing with that Elder. And Mallard, cool as a cucumber. Has it taken care of. Hasn't taken any deaths. Is looking really good for third or potentially second place. We'll see. But as for first, as for now, Cap with the double feather. Cap, who used the vase and everything, I mean, is getting the ice freezes on Mithrix. Mithrix not going back to the center of the arena. Really good job. Done with phase 1, on to phase 2. Right, Cap, who ended up accidentally getting the Void Sent Flame, having missed the stage 3 Void Cradle. Or Void Potential? What are they called? I forget. Not Void Potential. Encrusted Box. That's the one. Is on to phase 2, already almost halfway done. Now half done with the fight. Kei is only now just getting to the moon, and these Chimera are getting absolutely demolished. Man, look at Flamethrower already go. Look at the Flamethrower melt the enemies. Melting the competition. Kei not happy about that stage 1 death. I'm assuming Kei probably would have played this a lot more aggressive if not for that. Or maybe... I'm not sure. Kei is known for taking a lot of stage 1 deaths, right? It's usually a lot of Vagrant deaths or something of the matter that happens, but this time, right, Kei who got in 3rd place last week. I think it was Waterholic and Tyler that ended up beating him. We'll need to find a way to come back after this round 1, assuming something doesn't happen, as Cap is already on to phase 3 already. With 0 deaths, right? Does +5 not add scaling? Yes. That is correct. It used to. I think there was one race where it did, and it was terrifying. Mallard got a Genesis Sleep. Was that a equipped drone with Ahoy? Is that an Ahoy drone? Yes, it is. Mallard did find a way to get both guns. And Wollywog just now finishing off the worship unit on stage 4 still. Hasn't activated the TP. Getting harassed by these larvae down to 100 health. And you gotta wonder if you're Wally, like, was there a point at which you could have had movement speed that you don't have now? No, the speed run, or the speed hasn't existed this run. Kept trying to go for a shuriken skip. Doesn't get it. Moves up into the air to do the classic technique of floating above Mithrix during phase 4, but I mean, I don't really know why that was done. Right, gonna miss out on having a vase to get to the ship. Not that it matters. Oh, was probably thinking about fuel cell, but now takes a hit, and there's an ATG. Oh my god, it's going all over the place. It is swarming. It is still swarming, Cap, and finally, after 10 seconds of it not deciding to take anyone out, what could have been a bonus point, a swarm of flies just surrounds Cap, and he takes a death. Cap, who couldn't decide if he wanted to stay in the mid-air during phase 4 and play it the old safe way, or wanted to get aggressive, decided to play aggressive, and it did not pay off. It backfires. Now needs Kei to take another death to get any bonus points. Otherwise, could still be a very close race. Holy. And now you gotta wonder if you're Kei, like, if you didn't take that one stage 1 death, if you were a little more careful, a little less careless. Right, Kei also a minute behind in real time. Had that long pause early on. Yeah, why can't our ATGs actually focus in like that? Why do they just, like, hit the ground and do nothing? ATG was persistent. It did not give up. Kei getting some Giga Flamethrower in there. Look at that. Now ready for a... Not so much a phase 4 skip, can't really do that. Right, no fire band. But enters phase 4, we'll see what happens to Kei. Kei, who has Plasma Shrimp, can't have ATGs take him down. Gets the shurikens back. And Cap finishes up with a 3403. Well done, Cap. Had that funny incident towards the end, but it didn't matter. And now time to deny is 3903, which for K is no problem whatsoever. Max is only going to lose by a minute. As for Mallard and as for Wally, meanwhile, right, Mallard is just making it to stage 4 or stage 5 now. Played it really, really slow. I don't think Mallard's going to be able to kill Mithrix and be on the ship within the next 5 minutes. But at least hasn't died yet, right? Has that 15-minute lead on Wally. Which is cool. Quick Mithrix fight? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that it was the Scorpion, and Scorpion not only was it a Scorpion, but also with the Empathy Cores, right? Scorpion doesn't just increase damage for you, it increases damage for everything that deals damage to that enemy, right? If the enemy gets hit by a gunner turret does more damage. If it gets hit by a missile drone does more damage. Beetle Guard, more damage. Soulless probes, more damage. Right. And now at closing in at 95, 96, 97%, it's going to be able to finish off, going to get maybe a sub 35. We'll see with the load times being removed. And while that happens, Mallard loses a bottle, but not only a bottle, takes a death number 1. So that's going to deny any chance of, or, you know, just absolutely confirms that K gets in second place here, as Mallard's really getting harassed and needs to be careful. Meanwhile, Wollywog, right, at 3 deaths, had that incident, suddenly looking a little bit more realistic of being able to get in third place in this loadout. It's just completely full looting the stage, though. Again, Flamethrower Artificer, no joke. A very difficult loadout to play. We see K with a 34-59, 1 death. Well done, K. So we'll go ahead and update the time to be from time to denial to time to completion, or just time to complete, and that's going to be not a 34, but a 74:03. So these racers here, they got time. Right, for Mallard at the 37-minute mark, has another 40, 50, 60, like 35 minutes. Is chilling. Wollywog, meanwhile, down to what, 25? That's definitely doable, or 30-ish. Definitely doable. They just play it slow, play it safe, and don't die? 100% doable. Wollywog also now going into the blue portal. Mallard found the vase. There was actually 2 vases. It's the one is walking towards the... Oh, that's a chest. Okay, didn't even see that there. It was a behemoth. A behemoth is picked up for Wally, but it came at a cost, and the cost was a feather. So, I mean, 60% damage is really good. Maybe that second feather can be found. Was the second feather of stage 4? I don't think so. I think it's a stage 5 pickup. But you gotta get that feather, I feel. Just 1 opal, you're gonna get whacked around. Right, only one what? Goat hoof, 1 energy drink, 1 mocha, that's it. And Mallard might not have that behemoth, but at least can get off the ground, and you're a lot safer in the air than you are down there. Getting whacked around, though, a little bit. Ahoy drone, ahoy and away. There's the almighty leeching seed for Mallard there. Yeah, that's a no feather moment right there for Wally. Just has to take the hit, goes up. Says, thank you for the lift, Solus, but I would rather not be so high in the sky today. And that's an overloading Greater Wisp. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, and Mallard, or not Mallard, but Wally realizes what just happened. Loses a bottle, doesn't take a life, though. Was really close, though. Oh my god. It was at that moment he knew. He fucked up. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Well, at least since it's so out there, I can censor that, whatever. Time to complete. Still. 74:03. 24 minutes for Wally. And also 34. No, 34 for Mallard. But Mallard's almost already done with the TP. Yes, did take one death, but has the vase ready. Has $6,000 at his disposal. Mallard, who's been playing this a little bit slower, is probably going to loot up. But might as well. I mean, almost every enemy on the whole stage is dead. Wally, meanwhile, I mean, you're at 72 curse. What do you do? You're at 3 deaths, 72 curse, probably going to take death number 4. Here comes that overloading Greater Wisp yet again. Thankfully, the splash didn't hit him. Oh, that's the fuel cell. Did anyone else get that fuel cell? No, that's just that's a Mallard exclusive. Gets a wrap as well, alongside the Rose Buckler. Feeling pretty tanky, just as tanky as Wally is now. Wally, who also has the same defensive setup. But now gets a second teddy bear. Chronobomble's found. Was there a death mark next to TP in that tri-shop? I feel like there was. Focus Crystal on both racers. Are they like taking the same looting path right now? They are. Alright, let's see what they get. Will they both get the same item? So you got a death mark. Oh, Wally takes the death mark. And so does Mallard. Now, what debuffs do they have? Because yes, they did have one over there. Well, let's see. There's Flame, obviously. There's Bleed. They have Chronobobble. At least Mallard has Chronobobble. Wally doesn't have that yet. Might be able to get it down the line. Oh, Wally did get the feather. Okay. Yeah, stage 5 feather was picked up. Oh, Scorpion. Yeah. So Scorpion, Bleed, Fire, Chrono is the setup. And then if you're Wollywog, it's... Oh wait, no, Wally has 2 Chrono. Yeah. So have to proc Bleed. Wally doesn't have the Bleed yet. That's the one he's missing. Yeah. It's hard to tell. I'm looking at like stained glass on the right side of the screen right now. Our communication with the ISS is kind of getting a little foggy here, as Wally's is really starting to cut out a bit. And while that's happening, Mallard is beginning the Mithrix fight. Is jamming out. Oh, that's a death. Death number 4 for Wally now. Can only afford, I mean, 1 more death realistically if you have a fast Mithrix fight. But it's really looking scary. You still got 70% to go on the TP. Mallard, meanwhile, only 1 death. Right, it's just now only about 10 minutes slower than Cap and Kei for that matter. Did half of Mithrix's health already? It's absolutely decimating him. Has the probes on him as well. Look at that damage. Mithrix is already almost dead. Phase 1, gonna be done as soon as Mithrix lands. And there it is. Does freeze count? No. Freeze doesn't count. Stun doesn't count. Being stuck inside a void band doesn't count. The fire tornado from the fire band doesn't count. That has to be a specific status effect that like pops up as one on screen. And the stun is just, I think, triggers stagger. Now on phase 2 is Mallard. And is listening to the King of Speed, Daytona, USA. And while I wouldn't say Mallard is the King of Speed in this specific setup, in this specific situation, right? Is fighting for third place, is at least a prince of I'm thinking of something that's like not quite speed, but it's like still pretty fast. Nothing's really coming to mind. Let's go with Prince of Speed. Prince of Acceleration. Right, has really been speeding up the run since about stage 5. So we'll give him that. Of briskness. And that's already going to be phase 2 done. Wow. I mean, it's pretty much in the bag for Mallard at this point to get in third. Unless something tragic happens. Which wouldn't be so tragic for Wally. Wally just trying to really get some points here. Right, ended up, I believe, getting a lot better throughout the league. Has been doing a lot of practice, getting a lot of tech down, and all sorts of stuff for Wally. But Wally, who had week 1 and week 2 just really not play out well for him. Right, he's trying to make up for that, and at least with this last race, with the competition being so fierce, as Mallard almost gets hit by Mithrix. Oh my god, it's dodging at the speed of a snail. Mithrix is like, how do I hit this Artificer? She's so fast, and the reason is Mallard isn't even being targeted by Mithrix. Not even close. It's all the drones, and getting a freeze. Mithrix is not going to go to the center of the arena. That's going to be more time to get hits on Mithrix, and a very conveniently timed swipe from Mithrix. You almost feel like you wanted to use that to your advantage to just hit from up top, but you want to be able to also get that flamethrower damage in. And now pizza begins. Oh my god, that almost just got Mallard as Mithrix goes for the drones instead of him, the player. And oh my god, how did that not hit? Did that interrupt pizza? Are we going to see no more? No. The last slice went through. So that's going to be that. And, oh, geez. In the midst of trying to use the vase to run away from all the golem shots, gets hit, and now we were talking about miracles just a moment ago. This might be one right here as the pizza is yet again super far away. As Mallard gets a freeze on Mithrix, we'll have to do another 5 slices. No. Do the slices not reset anymore? Or are we going to see some more right now? Okay. I swear Mithrix's pizza changed a little bit. I might be crazy, though. I'm probably just crazy. I'm gaslighting myself. I see something as weird and I just immediately assume it changed. And that's going to be phase 3 done. Done for Mallard here. Now on to phase 4. Here we go. There are probes. There could be a probe death for Mallard, which is something that Wally needs to happen. Wally needs Mallard to die like 3 times, 4 times right now. Just straight up make him DNF immediately. For that to happen, Mallard's keyboard would need to die. Right? Unable to pause the game, unable to do anything. The only way at this point, in my opinion, for anything to happen would be something of that measure. It doesn't happen. And that's going to be it for Mallard with the double death. Not very happy about it. The good news is it doesn't really matter too much in the moment. It might later on. But Mallard's going to be able to take third place for this one, assuming nothing happens, as Mallard just kind of chills out here. It's going to wait for the base to kick in. Meanwhile, though, I mean, a really fast Mithrix phase 1. Wally's already almost done with it. Just needs to throw down some ice. Does that. Boom. On to phase 2 now. Right, Wally, who has also the Fire Band, has the ATG, only has 1 Shuriken instead of 3. But has a Scorpion, has the probes. Has some gunner turrets, which... Oh, the gunner turrets aren't that useful, right? You get them on stage 1, you get them on stage 2. They help you if you have... maybe in the first moments of a run. And then they're pretty much useless. And they spawn on stage 5, and it's like, man, these things are just sitting here doing nothing except you purchase them and they instantly die. What good is it? Well, they have some purpose. Believe it or not, there is actually some value to having gunner turrets, and that is they sit at the moon, at the way spawn. They don't teleport into the arena, and that's honestly for the betterment of its value. Because if you have Soulless probes, they spawn in, boom. That probe, that single probe, I mean, instead of being at like 200% of the damage with having both probes alive, you're looking at 400, you're looking at 500. Easy extra damage there. And they're cheaper than any other drone. It doesn't help, though, that the probes are just getting annihilated by the wisps, and they're just immediately dying. But yeah, Mallard finishes up 55-40. And is confirmed to get in third place. Well done, Mallard. But it's not over yet. Let's see what happens with Wally here. Wally, who has 8 minutes, could probably do it. Maybe with a death, I'm not sure. Because that would bring it down to 3. Maybe. We'll see. We can go ahead and hand out some points here while we're waiting. Yeah, GG to Cap, able to finish in first place. Had that death with the ATG at the way end, which was honestly insane. I've never seen them fly around for that long. Usually they hit like a wall or a floor or something, but that one was built different. I want my ATGs to do that to my enemies. It didn't give up. The little ATG that could. And Kei not being able to get in first place due to that stage 1 death from the Beetle Queen. Here we go. Phase 3. It's almost going to be pizza time. As Mithrix goes back up to get to the center of the arena. Here we go. Slice 1, 2. Not really dealing with much problems here. There's a couple ads popping up, though. Oh, geez. Okay. Did turn around just in time. It's kind of hard to turn around like that on Artificer because of the slow acceleration. So you really have to anticipate shots a lot sooner. Get some lag. You love lag. It's really great when this happens. I love Discord streams. They're awesome. Okay, here we go. Pizza slices coming in. Instant death mark. Nice. And, okay, Mithrix is dead. But you want to try and get a phase 4 skip, right? You don't want to have an ATG incident happen to you. But you could probably afford the 1 death. A double death is going to spell disaster. Yeah, here we go. Remember your PEMDES. Yeah, there you go. Fire Band and then execute. But you don't want to put the ice down first, otherwise Mithrix just freezes, and then you try to hit him with anything and he just instantly dies. But Wollywog finishes off the fight. It's going to be able to at least get a completion here. No DNFs. Yeah, really good fight. Didn't have any deaths. Played it well, and it's honestly that Behemoth probably helped a lot. Oh, wait, what happened? Wally escaped the vase. Okay, goes back in again. Second time's the charm. Takes 1 hit from a wall. Thankfully didn't get hit by 5 of them. I think we've seen that before where the walls just keep coming. And Wally says, screw that mess. Little does Wally know what is to come. Or probably does know. But this is very much going to be a out of the oven and into the frying pan. Is that the saying? Did I get it mixed up? It's only going to get worse unless the next run is just an absolute godseed. Because I can just show the loadout right now. It's going to be double saw power mode multi. We're going out of the frying pan into the fire. Okay. That's the one. We got double saw multi coming up. Full on SawCon, as they like to say. And it's going to be here in a loadout race. Here in the hosting league. And, oh god, taking a lot of hits. Almost dies. Careful, Wally. Careful. At a 69-59 with 4 deaths, Wally is going to come in with a completion. GG, Wally. Hold on. Alright. Double saw multi. I feel like everyone always begs for this loadout to ever happen. As K types headset into the chat. Not going to happen today. Man, K tried everything to get out of this loadout. Claimed that he already did the seed. I accidentally gave the wrong seed at the first few seconds, but K really not want to do this one here. Is down a point. Is going to have to beat Cap by at least 1 position if he's going to have a chance at winning this here. Right, we'll see what can go on. We'll see what can happen. Will there be a god legendary item? I always feel like in the multi loadouts, which it's been a long time since we've seen some multi. I feel like there's always some random god item that pops up. It's always multi. Last time I played double saw multi in a scrim, gunned 2 or gunned worship unit, got drone parts from it. That sounds about right. Constant power moding to stop the audio bug. Well, you gotta do the audio bug, because it's faster that way. But then the question is the amount of time that you're hearing the audio bug to... is it worth it? Right, how much of your mental capacity is it taking up? Oh, man. Well, so far, I mean, we were talking about god items always appearing for this loadout. For our racers here, I mean, we've got a Prion up in the top right. Mallard found it. That could be good. It's a ranged option. A quick kill. There's a turret next to TP. Honestly, might be necessary. I feel like if you get the Prion at least, you'll be fine. But it's probably going to be what, like if it's a Beetle Queen, it's going to be easy. Just as long as it's not a Vagrant. Vagrants are annoying. You have to wait for them to go down, and then you have to like try and catch their tendrils. And we also have to keep in mind what Survivor are they playing? They're playing multi, right? With so much max HP, we're probably going to see a lot of stealth kit getting procced. Because, yeah, it's both Cap and Wally both have it. It's easy to take damage here, but it's hard to heal. Even with a healing drone, like, look. Wollywog has a healing drone. He's healing up very slowly. Mallard has a healing drone. Look how low their health still is. Like, even if the healing drone comes in, all it looks like is just they have natural regen on loader, pretty much. It's so bad. I don't know why multi doesn't have good health regen. What is Wally doing? Purposely trying to proc stealth kit? What was that? Oh, geez, taking a lot of hits here. Just not wanting to play. Oh, is using razor wire. Okay, well, just have the wisps do that. Yeah. Now you're at 55 health. I guess you get to kill them faster though. Yeah, with that razor wire. And Mallard and Wally taking very, very similar paths. Obviously with Mallard with the Prion, the only one with the Prion so far, I should add. It's feeling pretty good. There's actually... Oh, we've got healing. We've got healing in the run. Look at Cap's health. Oh, it's only going down. Okay. That's not right. That shouldn't be right. It should only be going up. Oh, Cap's using pennies. Okay. So there's pennies and razor wire. What stages do we have coming up? Well, you've got stage 2, which is a Phalian. That's really annoying if you have to deal with blind pests as double saw multi. You've got Siren's Call. That's also really annoying for double saw. Rally Point, man, all these stages just suck. I'm gonna be honest. Right? Say what you want about a Phalian. It's not wetland. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. With a loadout like this, you want easy stages. You want stages where nothing's flying, everything's nice in reach, and you can get good equipment, good boss items, good anything to get yourself out of this run. Please hit shop every stage. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, people should be hitting Newt if it's available. I don't think it was this time around because it's Distant Roost. And it's this variant of Roost. So sometimes you just don't get a new altar no matter what. At least no spools or Spifin. I actually remember, I forget if it was a double saw multi-loadout. It was me, Zombie, and someone else. I forget, was it Limo? I think it was a 4-person race. Maybe Waxy was in there as well. I just remember it was like this multi-loadout where we had literally no ranged. It was only Buzzsaw. I forget if it was with Retool or not. And I just remember being stuck at Siphon or at Sulfur Pools dealing with a Zai construct for 30 minutes. And I somehow got in second place. I don't know how. Okay, maybe it wasn't 30 minutes. Maybe it was more like 15. It was a long time. Yo, Cheese, coming in for 5 months. Thank you so much. And thank you for being our referee for this loadout race. We appreciate you, Cheese. Look at that Beetle Queen getting wrecked by Wally. Boom! Don't get shotgunned. Okay. It's alright. Has the razor wire, has the pennies, gets the leeching seed. Ooh. Now think of this synergy. You have razor wire, but you also have leeching seed. So you get shot, but then you heal. Because you deal damage to the enemies around you with the razor wire. So you're actually healing with the razor wire. Now that's thinking. Cap has a fire band. Wait, was there a blue portal? How did Cap? He lost the. No, he has the penny still. Where was the fire band from? Oh, it was on stage 1. Okay, yeah, no blue portal. There's a Molotov and a Prion. Okay, probably want to have the Prion on that there as K is looting up a little bit more. Gets a stealth kit, the stealth kit that everyone else has. A little late to the party there, but it's otherwise fine. And at 7 minutes on stage 1, I mean, it's just playing the super slow. You don't want this to end up in a death loop. It's so easy for this loadout to end in death loop. The Cap's pushing it a little bit. I mean, Cap pretty much has all the items that all the other racers has, except there's no razor wire. Interesting. I think that's going to play a role. We'll see. I mean, if there could just be a razor wire or some other form of AoE or something just pops out of thin air. Right, Cap does have a fire band, does have the Molotov, has an ignition tank with the Molotov, so it's actually doing still next to no damage even with it. It's doing nothing instead of nothing. Could Cap be trying to get free Prion? No. He would only have 2 minutes to do it. He would need to activate TP right now and finish charging and then immediately leave and get no loot. And a little like this, you just have to. You gotta play it out. And Mallard, I mean, Mallard and K both have the free, or not free Prion, the $25 Prion. I guess it's actually just a $17 one. That's gonna be nice with the fire band. It's gonna be free boss kills. And everything else that walks into the fire band afterwards also will take a lot of damage. Appreciate it, Cap. Man, that was a double. Man, I don't want cheap viewers. I want my viewers to have money. So they can give it to me. If I have cheap viewers, I mean, I am streaming a roguelike. I think we're probably some of the cheapest people out there. We're playing the same game for 7,000 hours. Oh, it was a tag team? Hell yeah. Give me rich viewers. Give me generous viewers. There's the double leecher for K as well. Cap has it as well. Right, you gotta go for those large chests. Especially on this loadout, right? Small chests, you're kind of building around getting like watches and AP rounds. And then what are you gonna do with that? Use your double saw and just double saw Mithrix to death all the way through? You want to try and find that thing that's gonna make this run actually doable and actually bearable. And, ooh, there's actually a Blazing Lemurian. That could be cool. K immediately annihilates the Beetle Guard, or Beetle Queen, and Cap gets a Recycler up at the top, and there's a red item. Oh my god, but it's, what is that, Satya Hook? It's Ceremonial Daggers. It doesn't risk the reroll. You don't want to, I think. That's ranged. I think Cap made a good choice, personally. That could be a reroll on the equipment over there, and try and get like a capacitor to have alongside Fire and Ice Band. And it's a radio, or radar. And then we see Mallard doesn't know about the Recycler yet. It just has the Prion. Oh wait, no, it does know about it. It's like, Ceremonial's good. It also makes the right choice. I was actually kind of curious to see if maybe one of the racers would actually go through and go for the reroll on that, trying to play a little risky. Yo, Limu, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. You're catching the tail end of a loadout race here on twitch.tv/gamerh_0st, where we have double saw multi as the second loadout in this race, and the final loadout, I should say. Unless there's a tiebreaker. Welcome, welcome. Wally got the Recycler and the Ceremonial Dagger Rock's stealth kit, but immediately just like picks up the daggers as well. Pretty much didn't have a choice, would have had to wait 2 minutes to even think about getting a reroll on that. And now the only racer not to have picked up the daggers, the only racer not to have gotten the Recycler is K. There is an Ice Band on this stage. Cap, who also activated TP, is kind of flung around. It's weird about the saws is you get moved around by it. It's really awkward. It's like you use the ability, you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna cut into it, but it kind of carries you. Wherever you're using the saw, it like pulls you in. So Kappa almost got like flung off the map as a result of it. Not that it would do any damage at this part of the map, but so it's kind of funny. So we see a Chronobaubles, the item's gonna get re-rolled into shipping request form. There's a printer for those. I almost wonder if there was a way to just have a scrapper right next to that shipping request form printer and then just go get rid of the leeching seeds or something. Try to go for like 3 or 4 and then just re-roll red items. That could be interesting. Second leeching seed found for Wollywog. Wally not thinking about picking it up though. Wants to re-roll it. Wants to use a Recycler. Cap just farming pennies, using that same Blazing Lemurian from earlier. Wait, is that the same one? No, it's a different one. Gets $1,000 aside, that's enough's enough. I feel like Blazing Lemurian's about the best you can get for penny farming here. I'd even take them over a Templar. Templar farming usually goes wrong half the time. Yeah, thanks again for the raid, Limu. Appreciate it. Hope your Hagrid streaks have been going good. Uh-oh. Hold up. Okay, we're good. My Discord got, like, spammed with, like, 8 notifications, and I thought I was in trouble. Race right now? No, this is pre-recorded. We do it because there's 28 people, and I don't want to stream at, like, 1 a.m. on a Wednesday. Or something like that. Makes it a lot more consistent for us as viewers as well. Knowing that there will always be a race Monday, Wednesday, Friday on twitch.tv/gamerh_0st. K, by the way, first on the stage 3, has a crowbar. A crowbar that also Cap found. Crowbar Prion. Building up for something nicer, but you know what is not building up nice and is going really bad? Is Wollywog, who took a death. I'm not sure, was that from one of the 5 glacial pests up in the sky? Something took him down. And gets the reroll, gets the shipping request form as well, and oh no. Not looking good. Might take a second death here even. You spawn on a Void Cradle. LOL. Cap, who spawned in the stage 3. Waiting to get enough health to open that up, and while that's happening, again, another death from Wollywog. Wally really struggling with these glacial pests. Almost dies a third time, but thankfully everything was dead and nothing was able to hit him. Thanks to Razor Wire, copping him out, giving him a second chance at life, but can't die again. Encrusted Key, the item that pops out of the Void Cradle, by the way. Oh, there's a gun. There's a gun from a Chance Shrine. And there's a capacitor. Oh, that's easy. Look at that. Look at that. Bottom right. Look at K. So much equipment. You have a gun. You've got an Opus if you really want that. But you use the gun. Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do right now. And there's not really good... I mean, you could technically hold on for that and try to go for the worship unit skip thing or whatnot. Or you could have an ice band, a fire band, a crowbar, and a capacitor as... I'm losing my voice. Oh my god. It's only a Wednesday. Come on, host. One more stream. Yeah, just roll with that. Get some cool loot. Who needs worship unit red items? Game up, game on. We have our answer here on stage 3. As another Preon's also found. What are these equipments? You've got Preons for free for everyone. If someone didn't get a Preon on stage 1, they could get it here. We're gonna see Cap look at 5 different equipments here. There's a gun. There's the Gopus. The Gopus might actually get rerolled by Cap. Cap, who doesn't know what the other item in that Chance Shrine is, might not hit it again. I might want to save the money for other things. I think it's a triple hit until you actually finally get something from there. And K guns a Dune Strider and gets a Myrdern. And picks up the Myrdern. Doesn't try to reroll. I don't think K kept the Recycler on hand. So the other racers are going to have a chance of re-rolling with the Recycler. Murd is huge. It is really good healing on multi. I think there's a case that you could just take that and be happy with it. Gun on worship unit. If I'm Sawcon multi, if I am double Buzzsaw multi, I think holding on to the gun for worship unit is a maybe if I had retool but not power mode. A royal capacitor just for free with ice band, fire band. Right, and there's other technical ways to try and pull off a worship unit skip, but it's not always worth. Cap also going for the Myrdern as well. Honestly, don't blame. Not having healing is a gross scenario to be in. Cap also, I think the only racer not to get the Razor Wire. Wasn't able to just take advantage of the Dune Strider there. So Wally goes ahead and gets the Encrusted Key. Wally had 2 deaths, though. Taking a few hits. And excuse me as I take a drink, my voice is really starting to go away. Here we go. Double penny, actually, for Wally. Does anyone else have double penny? No. Only just Wally, and Wally kind of farming up some pennies a little bit. Gets a fourth of a chest every single time he gets hit by something, but taking a lot of hits and taking a lot of curse. Already at 34. Could be worse. Opting to bung us up a little bit. It looks like some of the enemies got void touched from that void cradle being opened. Kept trying to finish off this Clay Dude Strider here. It's kind of harassing at 90%. At least won't have too much more of the TP to go through afterwards. Ooh, double encrusted. Double encrusted on Wollywog. Does anyone else have that? The shipping request form. Who got that on stage 2 and actually kept it? Cap has the potential for a double. I think it's just Cap and Wally. Gonna have double encrusted key. That's for stage 4. That's for stage 5. That's gonna be really good. And there we go. Item drops is a Gore's Tome. So with pennies, with Gore's Tome, pennies specifically on double saw multi nonetheless. Right, having the choice between a Prion or a Royal Capacitor, personally I'd go with Capacitor. I don't think Cap knows about it yet. You have to hit the Chance Shrine multiple times, I think 3 to be exact. Okay, just found another recycler. I think that's the same one from stage 3, right? And there it is. There's Royal Capacitor. Cap's like, oh, I want that. And takes it. Honestly, good call. I think Worship Unit gun is bait. I think... Oh, Cap didn't know about the Capacitor, though. And just immediately went for myAngelKei. K typed in Rip Turf. Oh, the Recycler was from this stage. Okay. Yeah, and K didn't have the Recycler, so just took it. But Cap opted to take the myAngelKei. And everyone else here, right, whether it be Mallard or Cap or even Wally, everyone just immediately picked up myAngelKei. So either they wanted it or didn't want to have to try it and worry about running for Recycler and then re-rolling the urn and then going back and picking up the Capacitor and then running back and then exiting the stage, right? A lot of back and forth can end up taking minutes. There's more races, always races. Here on Hosting League, on twitch.tv/GameRage_0st, we're on week 7. However, if you end up missing some of the races, want to look at some of the past 40 that we've had here on the channel, you can take a look at the YouTube. We got daily uploads over there. A race every day. Be sure to check them out. It's a plasma shipment key. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. And Cap did not get the other rusted key that Wally got from the shipping request form. So Wally has a little bit of an advantage. Well, unless Cap... Oh yeah, no, Cap just got rid of the encrusted. Unless one of the other racers finds a rusted key before opening up that cradle on stage 4. It's going to be another void item. For Wally. Wally, though, has a 10-minute penalty. I'm going to see the encrusted from K. No, decides not to take it yet. He's thinking about trying to get that other key, trying to macro game a little bit more on a loadout like this with double saw multi. Fuel cells found on Cap. That's going to be huge. A 15% cooldown on Royal Capacitor and any overflow time, right? Being used efficiently. That's a nice thing about having a fuel cell. If you have a fuel cell and you're playing with like something like a damage equipment, right? If you don't have a fuel cell and you have that equipment, every second that it's available and ready to use and you're not using it, that's a second less that you're getting from value from it. See, Cap just used the capacitor and has another one ready in 10 seconds. Just from that one fuel cell, having that other one build up. Right, you always want to be using the equipment that you have. If you have fuel cell. If you don't have one, then you have to like save it for emergencies or save it for like special enemies. But Cap, he's just chilling with that cell that Does anyone else have the fuel cell? No. Not yet. Wally's still on stage 3. Same with Mallard, for that matter. It's a TP's hit. Speaking of Mallard being on stage 3, it's soon not to be the case. As Mallard decides to leave. Let's take a look at Mallard's build. I don't think we've looked much at that. Mallard opted to keep the Preon. Okay, interesting. Maybe didn't see the capacitor, didn't hit the chance shrine enough times, or maybe did and thought that capacitor was of better value. Regardless of the logic behind it, has one in hand. It's different from the other racers there. We'll see what can happen from it, right? 1 Ice Band, 1 Fire Band, 2 Crowbars, 2 AP rounds. If you can get to Mithrix relatively soon, right? Or even not relatively soon, but if the uptrend has a watch as well, right? If the trend is just more and more damage, right? That's a phase 3 insta-kill. That's a phase 1 probably almost insta-kill if you can land it right. That one's kind of hard to pull off. But there we go. That wasn't even off of the band procs, just almost immediately annihilated the Vagrants there, but something happens as Mallard goes down to 8 health. I don't think that was from the Vagrant Blast. I think that was just a barrage of something. But now almost dead. Hanging on for dear life at 80, 84 health. Oh no. Oh, needs to use the, yep. Had the transport mode ready for more than a second there. Could have tried to hide behind, but wasn't able to react in time, and because of that is now at 1 death, soon to be 2 deaths if it doesn't get behind here, and oh my god, what the hell just happened? I don't even know, but the Vagrants are dead. And yeah. Meanwhile, Kei doing okay. Oh, that's death number 2. So not good for Mallard. Mallard, who got in 3rd place in the first loadout, looking to try and get a little bit better of a score. Here in week 7, the final week of the league before the tournament goes underway, right? Needs to do somewhat well to have a safe position outside of the wildcard territory, to be confirmed guaranteed to be able to make it into the tournament, right? If some of the wildcard racers all do really well this week for some whatever reason, we haven't seen any of their performances yet, but if they do well enough, Mallard might not only have to do the wildcard, but might not even make the tournament. And this is a time here for Wollywog, the 16th seed overall currently. As Mallard takes death number 3, this is Wally's chance to be able to enter stage number 3, who also took the capacitor, right? The only one not to take capacitor was Mallard, and we can see it already backfiring. As Wally enters stage 4, has 1 death less, might be thinking about, oh man, I got in 4th place the first loadout. There's no way that I have any chance. There's no hope. There is hope. 3rd place is very much possible for Wally. Right, with everyone getting a completion in the first loadout as well. No tiebreakers there. Who won the Acrid run earlier? I had to do IRL stuff that made me sad and I missed it. I'm sorry you're having to do IRL stuff that's sad. But if you look at the standings down at the bottom right, you can see Cap got in first. Barely though. You'll have to watch it back on YouTube when it comes out. It's a very interesting take. A very interesting run that plays out. But well, we're talking about Cap getting in 1st place in the first loadout. We're seeing Cap the furthest ahead with probably one of the better builds. Gets double Razor Wire finally. Right, was without Razor Wire leading up to this stage. Suddenly that changes. And see, there's a Focus Crystal, right? Just some nice damage items. Focus Crystal. I mean, this Grandparent, you could probably just get out your saws and kill it that way. Hold on to your capacitor. Nope. Chooses to capacitor anyways. That's fine. Gets hit by a lot of shots. I'm not sure what that was. But there's a glacial... Oh, glacial shungites were coming in. There were 3 of them. And Squid Polyp is the Stage 5 boss item. Mallard, by the way, the only one with Needle Tick. Was that on Stage 4? Was that a cradle that no one else found? Huh. As Needle Tick, that could be good with the samurai, or double saw. So we see Kei is putting up with a Zai construct. Doesn't have any pennies to farm that. Found a Mocha printer though. That's movement speed. Movement speed that has been much needed throughout this run. If we look at a lot of the racers here, Kei has 0 energy drinks. I don't know if the drinks were lost in the process, but no energy drinks. Has 3 mochas, has no hooves. Look at the other racers. I mean, Cap has double drink, 1 hoof. That's pretty good. And then a double drink set up for Wally. And a single drink, no mocha, no hoof for Mallard. So we might see Mallard try to go for some movement speed, especially after the triple death incident. Oh, Acrid. Oh, yeah, that was the last race. I won't say who won that one, but you can go back. That one was also crazy. Okay. So the Stage 4 TP is now activated for Wollywog. Wollywog 1 death behind Mallard. Oh, there's a tri-tip printer. And Mallard is going all in. Or not necessarily all in, but is blind printing into it. Can proc Deathmark. Right, has Mired Urn, has 9 Needle Tick. It's about all you need. And then what? You just go into Mochas? You have Needle Tick and Mochas. You might lose your crowbars, though. Goes in the crowdfunder. Okay, yeah, it's abandoning the Preon strat. It's going for a full-on bleed build. Very interesting. A very different approach from all the other racers who aren't even thinking about that. Finds a feather printer. Oh boy. Cap found a Mocha printer. Where is this feather printer? It's at the other vent. The other vent that Cap isn't going to find. Cap is not going to get feathers for this Mithrix fight. And we'll have to rely on ramming. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I don't like Leeching Seed either. Cap strategically gets rid of Leeching Seed. And now realizes that he will be without Hoopu Feather throughout the entire fight. At least it didn't, like, take a fire ban or an ice ban or something. That could have been a lot worse. Deathmark now picked up for Wollywog. And is anyone else proccing Deathmark other than just Mallard? Mallard with Needle Tick. Ice Band, I guess. Mired Urn. So proccing from Bleed. Or, Gas Lead. No, there's no gas. What's the 4th debuff? Multi doesn't have any built-in debuffs. Why was it happening? Is it Chrono Bobble? Is there a bobble? No? Oh, maybe I'm looking at K's screen. Oh, he lost Chrono when printing. Okay. Yeah, that's a huge loss in DPS. I mean, to be fair, you have to proc it from Ice Band, and oh my god, Mallard taking a huge shot there. Takes a death. Has to return on the crowdfunder. Now at 4. Right, and while Cap is on the moon, Cap without any feathers, though. Should still have a I don't think Cap is going to die 4 times, 5 times, 6 times on the moon. Right, for Mallard to catch up, and same with Kei for that matter. Kei with 10 mochas, with 1 feather. Oh, there's a blazing larva that almost just snuck behind Wally after clearing out the TP. Wally just trying to play this loadout safe. This loadout definitely not one of the more difficult ones. But just shout out to all these racers overall for not really like caving in yet. Right, this is a really tough loadout, and if I mean obviously the cards were handed in stage 3, but right, the amount of focus and the amount of just pressure in a loadout in a situation like this, the last loadout that they'll ever do before the end of the hosting league, before the tournament kicks in, right? Most likely everyone in here going to make it into the tournament, but this is it. This is their last chance to prove that they earn, or last chance to earn a spot that they feel comfortable being in. Because after this loadout's said and done, all is going to be set in stone. And here we go. Mallard's going to start. It's getting out the crowdfunder here. That grandparent's going to die pretty quick. Look at that chunk of the needle tick damage every time. Oh god, it's getting hit by the glacial. Oh, that's fall damage. Shift. Nope, doesn't shift. That's death. Yep, that vent will kill you. That vent will kill you. And now Mallard at 5 deaths, looking towards DNF territory, which is really good for Wally, trying to come back and maybe sneak up into 3rd place for this race. Kei, meanwhile, taking advantage of having that planula in hand. Planula. Was there a tricorn? Or was it a mountain? No, not even a mountain shrine. How does Kei have a planula? Yeah, I'm not gonna question it, I guess. But you know, that just shows how much I, as a caster, am paying attention. Cap gets a pocket ICBM. Cap, who does not have plasma shrimp, though. Oh, no, he does. I'm an idiot. LOL. I was about to say, who's the one with the plasma shrimp? It's Cap. Cap, who got it on stage 4. We're actually about to see Wollywog go for it as well. Standing at 200 curse, looks at the options, sees a bloom, and sees a plasma shrimp. And it's like, yep, I'll take that. And that's going to help a lot. Having some green scrap in hand, those are probably going to go into feathers next stage. And white scrap, which is probably going to turn to mochas. He holds on to this, though. I mean, that's going to be a very free ICBM. I would definitely go into feathers, though. Feathers with this loadout? Ugh. A blessing. We also see a Quail on Kei. Kei, who has so much more movement speed than Cap. I mean, look at that. It's what Cap has. The 2 energy drinks and the hoof from stage 4 and before. Kei got rid of 4 razor wires. Is there really that many? Oh, he's not trying to. How many feathers do you need to pillar skip? Look at all these green items here. What is it, like 13? Oh, and that's 10. That's 10 right there. You get rid of Deathmark that you are proccing. Oh, you can get rid of Will-O-Wisp. And Lepton Daisy. And Squid Polyp. Oh my god. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see Kei just straight up skip pillars? Come on. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to do it. Oh, that's 12 and already 1 feather in hand. Come on, you can do it. Go back. Goes to the feather printer. Okay, just taking time. Mallard actually on the moon second. These loadouts random? Yeah. Yeah, we had Flamethrower Artificer into this. But, I mean, out of 100 and something, I think we've done, here in the hosting league, this is like our 90th loadout or so. It's only fair that this happens at least once. So I think this is still pretty standard. I've seen a lot of loadouts, actually. I think there's a total of maybe like 100, 150 loadouts in the game. It's bound to happen eventually. Oh, Kei's doing it. Come on. As Cap is dealing with a featherless fight. He's trying to bung us up a little bit. Maybe you're trying to rock fall damage Mithrix. Very interesting tactic. Wasn't able to pull it off that time, though. He runs back in. Knows that he has to go. Again, Cap, who missed the feather printer. Is Kei that confident? Oh, no, it's dealing with... I'm looking at Wally. Yeah, Kei is going all in on the feathers. Look at that. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen a feather skip in a loadout race until now. And with that, yep. Uh-huh. Here we go. Oh, boy. With 10 mochas in hand, standing at 13 feathers, Kei is going to leave the stage, is going to enter the Mithrix fight, and will have a good chance to catch up to Cap, who is holding Pocket ICBM with Plasma Shrimp. Here we go. $142, I think it's something like that. Because there's 32 captains and 32 multis. And then there's 8 of everyone else except for Void Fiend, which is 1. Cap almost done with phase 1. Plump's not doing anything. That's a fair point. Mithrix just keeps getting hits. And even in the power mode with the Opal, it just does barely enough damage to get Cap down there. That's fair, that's fair. Kei, who also has the Plasma Shrimp, running up to the base of the tower, is gonna be able to just jump up. You ever heard of the feather skip? As Mallard takes death number 7. If anyone finishes deathless at this point, it's probably gonna be a DNF for Mallard. Here we go. Kei is jumping up. 2, 3, 4. Now you only really need like 6 or 7, maybe like 8 feathers or something like that to get up the base. The big part where you need the 13's right here. Here we go. Kei's still just jumping up. Trying to finish it up here as Mallard takes yet another death. And Cap finally finishes off phase 1. It's gonna just bung us up and sit on the ramp, which honestly, I mean, I didn't really think about this before starting the league. I don't know what route I want to go towards of like just outright removing the ramps or something. Not entirely sure yet, but I mean, these wisps will not shoot anyone. They will not go above the ramp. They will not do anything. And Cap can just sit up here and slowly take them down one by one. Just kind of AFKing. It's just so OP, man. We always talk about the ramp cheese being like, oh, what is it? The one where you get Mithrix to die of fall damage. Because I want to go down one of 2 routes of either just outright removing them or just free range ramp cheese all you want. All right, we got to figure out kind of the even ground. But as for now, as for hosting League 1, if we have a 2 or something, we can figure that out then. But this is the meta that we've discovered. This is the one we found. And while we're talking about Chimera Wisp meta, Kei in the Mithrix fight now. Wally took death number 3. Right, was trying to deal with the Xi construct, trying to deal with the little alphas and the mushrooms and everything, and just too much kicking in. Looks like Cap and chat not very happy with the idea of losing the ramps. And we'll figure that out another time. A discussion for another day. But oh, Wally also went for the crowdfunder technique. Okay, ended up giving up the capacitor for the time being. Razorwire's helping out a lot though. Actually, he's feeding into the money. Stops using the crowdfunder for a moment. Gets the grandparents to do out the sun. Next league should have participants voting on rules. Yes and no. I think I think that's part for getting input. I think if someone is having a league with money on the line, I think a lot of the rules can be decided from there. I think input is a good idea though. But maybe we can have rules in play. I feel like if I'm going to have rules be set by the racers, then there should be like a payment fee to get in. As death number 9 happens for Mallard. Even with the feathers, just really struggling. Has only $10,000 to take down Mithrix. Again, going for the Giga Needle. Take a look at those chunks. There's another one. Boom. Boom. It's kind of sad with Needle Tick. You lose, you don't get any damage off the Needle Tick if Mithrix goes up into the sky. It just stops going through. Oh, Cap's almost dead. Here in phase 3. Oh, jeez. Needs to get Mithrix down to half health. Just trying to figure out what to do. Gets a slam. Mithrix goes for a hammer slam of his own, and that's going to be dead Cap. Oh, no. Cap, who forgot to get the feathers on stage 5, ends up taking a death, might take a double death. As he's just completely panicking in the situation here. Gets hit by Mithrix again. Another death from Mallard. Kei, meanwhile, with 13 feathers on phase 3 as well, caught up in real time. And it's looking like it's going to be able to win this race. But now it goes down to bonus points. If Kei gets a bonus point, he just wins. Right? Because Cap had the missile incident on phase 4. Wasn't able to get one bonus point. So Cap needs to be really careful not to take any future deaths. Just decides to take care of some of the ads here. Kei, meanwhile, a little over halfway done with the Mithrix phase 3. Cap now at the pizza phase, which honestly is a lot safer of a position to be in. Better to just deal with some pizzas and then run away for a little bit when you still have your opal, when you still have your shift available, right? Buy yourself enough time to be able to run away from Mithrix and have him just run back up. See, like right now he's just going to stand still. This is a time to maybe try and get some saws. Isn't able to do so, but right, being able to take advantage of Eclipse 7, or which is the one that makes it, yeah, 7. E7 with the faster firing rate. In some ways, it actually makes the Mithrix fight easier. Until the ads and everything else start shooting every second, like the exploders are. Or the golems. Cap needs to finish ahead in real time over Kei, and Kei already almost done with the fight with the 13 feathers, with the 10 mochas. One of each band in hand. And does not get the phase 4 skip. But with a capacitor, should be able to do the trick. Whether K tries to wait to get the Fireband back first, right? Might try to use the Sommering a little bit. No, it's just going to go for an M2. Gets the Opal back. And this is going to be a pretty long phase 4. Which again is what K, or what Cap needs. Cap also needs K to just die, but it's going to be even tougher now with Cap now at 2 deaths. K in the hands of not hands. What am I looking for? Position. In the position for double bonus points right now. K, who managed to do a pillar skip just by getting 13 feathers. Probably everyone's first thought of like, can I just skip pillars if I had a bunch of feathers? I know that was my first thought, but then I was accurate and I tried to just leap up, and I'm like, oh, that works. And K finishes the fight. Mallard actually might be able to get a completion. We'll see. Has a lot of deaths. There's this weird technique that you know, in retrospect, is probably going to be changed, but if a racer is able to finish, regardless of number of deaths, before another racer finishes charging the ship, it's just a DNF. Or it's not a DNF if they can finish in time. So if Mallard is able to finish off phase 4 before K charges the ship, we'll be able to have this count. Despite the death looping. It's not good for standings. But it's better than a DNF. Yeah, so Mallard just needs to int to win at this point. Might be able to get a crowdfunder phase 4 skip, does not. And because of that, needs to wait for all the items to go through. K is at 40% on the TP charge. Now, I don't think what item was it? The Planula. Yeah, there's no Planula. Oh, Mallard took 5 needle tick, and that's going to call it. Mallard will have to DNF, or... Wait, no. That 15 deaths. It's not a matter of 40 minutes. My mind is all over the place. Might have to, though. We have like 10 seconds. 95, 96. Nope. Not able to finish in time. That's going to be GG. Yeah, I mean, Mallard definitely playing the rules properly. Or not playing the rules, but understanding the meta of just better to try and rush to the finish than to cope and finish 40 behind. But that's going to be a DNF. And I think... I'm not sure if Cheese just wanted to let it play out and then have it decide later on. That is my guess. Right, won't change the outcome of the race as K is guaranteed to get in first place here. We'll see the time pop up in just a moment. Good performance by K, a good comeback for K. After the first loadout, K, who didn't even want to do this loadout, wanted everyone just to DNF and call it quits. Managed to persevere, got the feathers, got the mochas, got the movement speed. Had the capacitor, a really good run, a really good setup. Wasn't happy about it not being a sub 50, but who needs sub 50 when you're sub 5102? GG by K. Well done. As for the other racers, right, Cap is charging the ship. It's pretty much guaranteed to get in second place. Go and update K's total. Getting 7. 7 really needed points there. Right, was the 4th seed for a reason. Has played really well throughout the league, despite having a couple hiccups. Okay, or Cap just hiding inside the ship. Right, not able to run on top. Goes for this. Protects from vision. Protects from... Oh god, that Wisp is... making a little sneak attack. You can't even see the Wisp. What's it doing? It's chilling. And... there we go. Wouldn't want to saw the feather printer. Yeah, I mean you were in the fight a lot sooner. Just having that incident happen with the feather printer, right? Printers make a huge difference, or feathers do, on any loadout. Right, you can work with the power mode, you can work with the opal, but at the end of the day, you're getting hit, you're getting taken damage, and that's going to be that. We'll go ahead and take a look at Wally now as Mallard is finished up as well. 63:15 is the final time for Cap. Oop, wrong person. There we go. And we can go ahead and add that to the standings. So Cap will finish off at 5 points. But now it's up to Wollywog. If Wollywog could finish this race loadout, right, Mallard had the DNF. And everyone finished the first loadout. So if Wally could finish this within the 40-minute time, Wally will get in 3rd place. Time to complete, though, is going to be 91:01. Oh, wow. Okay. So it has a decent amount of time. Ended up taking Crowdfunder, though. Yes, even with the needle tick, that's cool. Or with the bleed, that's cool. I think Wally's at 4 bleed. But a capacitor with bands, man. That's also pretty up there. Actually, you know what? If you have to do pillars, I think Crowdfunder's fine. I think this is the right call. Yeah. Here we go. It's going to activate one of the blood pillars. At 75 minutes, has 15 minutes, 16 minutes to complete. Can do it as long as no more deaths happen. Right, standing at 4 as we speak. Down to 70, 50 health. Oh my god, that's a perfected Chimera. Those things do like 500 damage per shot. There's a Wisp that's perfected. He's going to run into it. Wally has 3 feathers. Oh. But at least has 3 leeching seeds. Is that healing from the leeching seed? It is. Wally healing up from the leech. From the leecher. But takes a death. Right, standing in that spot, I mean, wasn't even active in a blood shrine, which is something you could have at least done. And if Wally doesn't get out of here soon, yeah, there goes the stealth kit. I mean, you gotta play it smart. This is just gonna rack up +5s, each +5. We call it a +5 because it means 5 minutes are being added to the run. 5 minutes is a long time. And you don't want to have it happen at all. Yep, now at 86 minutes, this is pretty much impossible for Wally. Wally's gonna run around probably on the moon for a few minutes more. We'll probably end up dying, and that's going to be GG. Seeing the other pillars? I mean, you got a mass pillar, or a design pillar. You got 2 of them. That's perfect. Easy. No enemies to build up inside of blood. You can just kind of jump around here. If this one gets too overflown, gets too full, you can just run to the other one. Last night, Wally was saying blood pillars are their favorite. Man, there's something about blood pillar. They can be nice at times, but I feel like if your DPS isn't that good, there's always like a perfected golem or something. You have to run in there and immediately do it. Like, a lot of people try to clear everything out before doing it, because it's like, oh, I don't want to take damage while I'm inside there. But more and more enemies just build up, and if you can't kill them faster than they're spawning, you're just going to start taking deaths. And eventually the Chimera perfected wisps and stuff will also catch up. So you have to go in, right? Each blood pillar, I believe, takes 10 seconds. You have to go in and do it, like, immediately. Otherwise you get in big trouble. There's a sticky bomb soup. I don't think that's a bad idea to go into. That's $16,000. If that blood pillar incident just didn't happen, if Wollywog, yeah, sees the ICBM now, there's also a laser scope. Not that there was any crit. Had Wally just gone to design instead of going to blood, would only be at 78 minutes right now, would have a good chance of winning this, or getting 3rd place. But instead, it's going to be getting a DNF. Unless a tech is discovered that gets Mithrix to die in 1 minute and then teleports you into the ship. And then charges the ship to 100% instantly. How do the points work after a race? If you'd like to know about how the points all work, you can take a look over at the website found at HLRLR.com. But same rules apply pretty much from Risk of Resources in a 4-player race. If a racer is 5 minutes faster than 2nd place, they get 1 bonus point. If they are 10 minutes faster, they get 2 bonus points. 1st place gets 3 points, 2nd place gets 2, 3rd place gets 1. These races are 2 loadout races. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, you don't just get like 1 point for winning. It's a little dynamic. And yes, while only at the 90-minute mark, still technically had a whole other minute. It's just not even possible for Wally, so the timeout is called. Good call on Cheese's part. Let Wally at least finish what he was doing there. And that's going to be it. GG. Good attempt. Played it well up through stage 4 for Wally, but just with a couple deaths in stage 5 into the Blood Pillar incident was just a little bit too much for him, and will end up getting in 4th place for this race. And GG again to Kei for coming back after the first loadout as well. Really well done. GG.